Ah, don't you just love the smell of new cards in the evening? Well, I certainly do because every single card for Space-Time Smackdown has leaked over here on PokemonZone.com. Let's go through everything right now. Of course, we're going to be talking about this for a while, but let's start looking at every single card here. We've got Oddish, which looks like it will be in both packs. Blot heals 10 damage from this Pokemon. It is weak to fire with 60 HP. We've got Gloom. Gloom, only one grass energy to do 30 damage with Razor Leaf, with a 20 weakness to fire as well. 2 retreat cost in both packs also. We have Bell Awesome. Leaf Step, 2 grass energy, doing 80 damage with 1 retreat cost. Pretty powerful for only 2 energy. And if you have Superior, right, you're putting this thing online for a very, very low cost. We have Tangela with Vine Whip, 2 energy for 30 damage, but we actually have Tang Growth here. This is only in the Dialga set. Mega Drain, 4 grass energy, but it does 90 damage and it heals 30 damage to this Pokemon. Again, a really solid combination with Superior there. We have Yanma, Flap, 20 damage, 1 retreat cost, pretty cool. And then, of course, Yanmega EX. All right. Air Slash. Discard a random energy from this Pokemon. However, it is colorless and does 120 damage as a stage 1. This is going to be really interesting. That's really powerful, obviously. 120 damage is really, really strong coming from a stage 1. We have Roselia, Sting for 20 damage, 70 HP. And we have Roserade, Poisonous Whip, 50 damage. But the opponent's Pokemon is now poisoned. Interesting that we don't have an EX for this. I wonder if that's coming in the next set. What was Yanmega in? This is in Dialga, is what this is in. Interesting. We have Burmy, Tackle for 10 energy. 10 damage for 1 energy. That was a weird way to say that. We have Wormadam. Leaf Cutter does 60 damage. If you flip a coin and its heads, it does 30 more damage. It's interesting. It's like an awkward number of energy. So that's going to be kind of a weird one. We have Combi. Why did I call it Combi? we have 1 energy, call for family. Put a random basic Pokemon from your deck onto your bench. It's actually really good. Let's see what Vespiquen does. 2 grass energy for 70 damage. Pierce. Okay. This is going to be, just being able to put basic Pokemon onto your bench for colorless, by the way. So you can put this in any deck. We have Leafeon that we saw before. We do have the different Rotoms. So we have Mo Rotom. Energy Cutoff, 30 damage for 1 grass when colorless. Flip a coin. If heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Very fun. Very mean. We have Shaman. It is a 3 diamond. This one is only in Dialga. Fragrant Flower Garden is the ability. Once during your turn, you may heal 10 damage from each of your Pokemon. Dang, for a basic? And you can just throw that down? That's pretty sweet. And then Flop does 30 damage. We have Slugma. Flare for 20 damage, weak to water with a 2 retreat cost and 70 HP. Magcargo for 30 damage, but your opponents are now burned. I was just looking at burned earlier. So burn does 20 damage in between turns, but they can flip to heal it, which is interesting. So now we have a card that is burning our opponents. We have Heat Rotom. Heat Breath, flip a coin. If heads, it does 30 more damage. So it can do 30 plus an additional 30 there. Ooh, we've got Mamoswine. Let's go. Headbutt, 40 damage for 2 energy with a 2 retreat cost, weak to steel as an ice type. Pillow-Swine, thick fat. This Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks from fire or water type Pokemon, with Hammer In being its move at, 3 energy costs for 60. That's a lot of energy costs. What's Mamoswine? So Mamoswine is just increasing the bonus from thick fat. Fire and water Pokemon do minus 30, and then it can do 120 damage with Frosty Flattening and 160 HP. Pretty dang bulky. Huge retreat cost too. We have Buizel, Water Gun at 20 damage. And then Floatzel, Jet Screw, still 1 energy here. Flip a coin. If heads, it does 30 more damage with 90 HP. Attacking fast, doing some good damage. We have a new Finion and Luminion, Elegant Swim. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. All right. So a bit of a wall. And then we have a 1-cost waterfall doing 50 damage just to the active Pokemon in front of you. Interesting. Okay. Snover, Ice Shard, man, I love Obama Snow. Ice Shard, if your opponent's active Pokemon is a fighting, this attack does 30 more damage. All right, so we're looking to take down some fighting type Pokemon with this. And Obama Snow requires 4 energy, but it is a stage 1 doing 120 damage. So just kind of like a different look from our Mamoswine right here. Mamoswine, by the way, only available in Dialga. Wash Rotom, Wave Splash for 30 damage. Retreat cost of 2. We've got Frost Rotom, Blizzard for 30 damage. 2-cost move here. This attack also does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's a basic, right? Which is pretty nice. We have Magnemite and Magneton. This is the new Magneton. Lightning Ball for 2 energy. You're doing 50 damage. Obviously, this does not have the energy ramp up that the other does, right? But then we have the Magnezone that we saw earlier. Thunder Blast for 110. And you discard an energy. We have a new Voltorb. Big Explosion. This does 10 damage to itself and 30 damage to your opponents for 1 energy. New Electrode, 1 energy, rolling attack, 50 damage. This does have a retreat cost. One of my favorite things about Electrode in general is it never had a retreat cost, but all right, fair enough. Electabuzz, I can't wait to see Electivire. We kind of saw it like all blurry in the other thing, right? Charge, take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. That is incredibly good. Electivire, 2 lightning energy, but if it has 2 extra, it does 80 more damage. So this is a base 40, but if you're able to charge and then pull 1 more energy somewhere, right, you would be able to do 120 damage with a stage 1. This is only in Dialga as well. Shinx is in Dialga. Flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects done to this Pokemon. It has Hide as an ability. Luxio, for 2 energy, it does 40 damage with Electric Claws. It has 90 HP. So all weak to fighting. And then we have Luxray. 3 lightning energy. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. It does 120 damage to 1 of your opponent's Pokemon. Whoa. Talk about being a bench sniper. 120 damage to anything. Wow. That's legit very good. We have Pachirisu that we saw earlier. If it has a tool attached, it does 40 more damage. We have Togepi, Togetic, Togetic. Thank you for correcting me, everybody. And Togekiss. We saw these earlier. Overdrive Smash, incredibly powerful. It does 60 damage, but the following turn it does 120. Like, geez. Routes, Kirlia. We have Duskull, Will-O-Wisp. This is also in Dialga. 20 damage to your opponents. I didn't see what these were in. These are in both. And what is Kirlia in? Kirlia is also in Dialga. We're going to have to start getting to some Palkia soon. Dusclops, 3 energy. Will be able to do 50 damage. Okay. And Dusk Noir is our stage 2 here. As often as you like during your turn, you may choose one of your Pokemon that has damage on it and move all of its damage. Wow. You are able to move damage over to Dusk Noir. You just put it on your bench and you just like, I'll take it. I'll take all the damage, buddy. Wow. What a cool card. That's so awesome. All right. Drifloon is also in Dialga. During your opponent's next turn, it takes minus 20 damage from attacks. And then we have Drifblim. For 2 psychic energy at stage 1, you will do 60 damage to your opponents. All right. I never know how to say these ones. Yuxi. Mind Boost. Take a psychic energy from your energy zone and attack it to Mespirit or Azelf. I'm sure I'm getting these wrong. Mespirit or Azelf. I'm positive I'm getting these wrong. Supreme Blast. Whoa. 160 damage. You can use this attack only if you have Yuxi and Azelf on your bench. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. It's a basic that does 160, but you have to have this trio set up. Dude, this is going to be so fun. Psychic Arrow. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Wow. And then, wow. And you obviously use Yuxi right here to power up Mespirit. Oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to see this deck. This is so cool, you guys. Gligar, Pierce, 20 damage, fighting type, weak to grass. Gliscor, Acrobatics, flip 2 coins. It does 20 more damage for each heads. It naturally does 20, and it's a 1 cost, not bad. Hitmontop, spinning attack for 50, 2 energy. Nose Pass, colorless fighting type, 30 damage with a 2 retreat cost, 70 HP. Regirock, exoskeleton, it takes minus 20 damage from attacks. It's a basic Pokemon here. 3 retreat cost and 100 damage for Boulder Crush. That's going to be really interesting. Cranidos, headbutt, 50 damage. Oh, that's right. It's a fossil. I was like, what? For a basic? Okay, yeah, duh. It's a fossil. I was like, hold on. Rampardos. Let's go. Head smash. 130. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out, this Pokemon also does 50 damage to itself. Wow, but if it's not knocked out, for 1 energy, you do 130 damage. I mean, you still do 130 damage. But if you do 130 damage to your opponent, and don't take any recoil. Dang. That's going to be really cool. And then imagine you have Lucario on your bench, right? This makes it 150 damage right there. Whoa. Wormadam, Land Crush for 70. It takes 1 fighting energy, 2 colorless to do 70 damage here, evolving from Burmy. We have Riolu and Lucario that we've looked at before. Gallade EX that we looked at a little bit earlier today. We have Murkrow, 20 damage with Peck. Honchkrow, which we saw, 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, we got Mightyena. Poochyena, 20 damage with Bite. Mightyena, Darkness Fang, 60 damage for 2 energy. Pretty strong as a stage 1. But Arbok is pretty similar to that, right? It's got more HP than Arbok. We have Stunky, Scratch for 10 damage, weak to fighting, 70 HP, pretty bulky. Poison Gas, 1 dark energy, 1 colorless, 2 energy to do 50 damage and poison your opponent's active. That's pretty sweet. Skorupi, we have dark and colorless, pierce 30 damage. Drapion, cross poison, flip 4 coins. It does 40 damage for each heads. If at least 2 are heads, oh man. The RNG on this one. Holy. So it could do 120 damage, right? No, 160 damage, excuse me. It could do 160 damage and poison your opponent. It also could do 0. So yeah. Croagunk, group beatdown. Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. It does 20 damage for each heads. Okay. Cool. Toxicroak, group beatdown. Okay, flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. It does 40 for each heads. So you're going to flip 4 coins here for 2. Darkrai. Oh, there is Darkrai EX. I just saw it. Darkrai EX. Nightmare Aura. So this is a basic EX. Whenever you attach a dark energy from your energy zone, do 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow. So you could just be powering it up on the bench and be hurting your opponent. That is so sick. Dark Prism. 80 damage for 3 energy with a 2 retreat cost, weak to grass. Very cool. We have Skarmory. Metal Arms, if this Pokemon has a tool attached, it does 30 more damage. We've been looking for more metal cards. We have Registeel, 110 HP, 3 metal energy for Metal Claw. Obviously, we know Dialga could set up some really great stuff with this. Bronzor, these are all in the Dialga pack. I haven't noticed anyone in Palkia, but I have not been paying enough attention. Tackle, 30 damage, 60 HP. Bronzong, Guard Press. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks, 120 HP. We have Probopass. Triple Nose, flip 3 coins, does 50 more damage for each heads. So it does base 30 still. Costs a lot, right? 4 energy. But it could do 180 damage on a good flip. We have Dialga EX, which we know about. Heatran. Steel Tackle, it does 20 damage to itself, 120 HP as a basic, but it costs 3 energy to get online. Well, lots of great metal cards. We have the new Eevee with Quick Attack, and we have Apom, Tail Jab for 20, weak to fighting as a normal type. Ambipom, double hit, flip 2 coins, it does 40 damage for each heads. I mean, It's 1 energy, so it's a lot for 1 energy, but it also is a stage 1. We saw Bidoof earlier with Super Fang, and then Bibarel has Rolling Tackle for 60 damage at 2 colorless energy. We have Bunnery, Splash for 10 damage. What is Lopunny up to? Jump Kick. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Oh, it also, I was about to say 20. I'm keeping Sneaky Lee, thank you very much. Okay, 20 also to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so you're hitting 2. That's pretty awesome. Fan Rotom, Spin Storm, flip a coin. If heads, put your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. Huh, okay. So this is like a worse Aerodactyl, but it's easier to get out, right? You don't have to get the fossil out. Regigigas. We've got 140 HP, 4 colorless energy, Raging Hammer. This attack does more damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. Oh, dang. So, I mean, if it had 130 damage on it, that would do 180. And if you put that new tool on it, you could take even more damage. Make it like a crazy tank. Where's the giant cape? You give it plus 20 HP. All right, interesting. Skull Fossil, this is what gives you that Cranidos. It goes into combat as a 40 HP basic. We have Pokemon Communication. This is a new item. Choose a Pokemon in your hand and switch it with a random Pokemon in your deck. Whoa. That's awesome. I mean, if like, this happens all the time, right? You have like stage 2s you don't need in your hand. You desperately need a stage 1 and you know it's in your deck. Wow. That is a great card. That's a great card. Team Galactic Grunt. Put 1 random Glameow, Stunky, or Krogunk from your deck into your hand. So you're guaranteeing what you're drawing. Pretty solid supporter. We have Volkner that we looked at earlier. Dawn. Move an energy from one of your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon. I mean, that's incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful, especially if you're doing something like, you know, powering one of the cards we looked at earlier, like just using Darkrai's Nightmare Aura and stuff like that. Yeah, that's incredibly good. We've got some of the art here. Tangrowth. Very cool. I like it. Combee. That's really pretty. Really pretty. Shaman is obviously, this is a gorgeous one. 1-star Shaman right here. This art is so sick. Oh, Mamoswine. And he's got the little boys with him. He's got the little Swinubs. Oh my gosh, what a great one. Shinx, super cute. You know we're gonna love it. You know we're gonna love it. These are in Dialga. This is in Dialga. Is this split up? Where is Palkia? Am I crazy? Dialga. Am I only looking at Dialga right now? Am I nuts? Oh, this is the Dialga card list. I'm not that dumb. I just got excited and I clicked on the site. I don't even want to say, okay, we're moving on from me being that stupid. Drifloon. Oh, Drifloon. Get it together, Jake. Me Spirit, someone correct me in the chat. Me Spirit, don't know. Lucario, which we've seen. Croagunk, very cool looking. I was wondering why we were getting a lot of Dialga. Heatran, that's some pretty cool art. Bidoof we've seen. Regigigas, very cool. Yanmega, there's the 2 stars. 2-star Pachirisu looks sick. Gallade. Well, if you've liked what you've seen so far, you might be opening Dialga. Gallade. Darkrai EX obviously looks insanely cool. Dialga EX looks awesome. Team Galactic Grunt. Yes, please. Volkner. Dawn. Dawn looks cool. Ooh, 2-star Yanmega full art. That's awesome. Pachirisu full art. Wow, these look so cool. Gallade EX. Very nice. Not my favorite, but very cool. Darkrai EX as a 2-star. This is really cool art. And we've got our immersive, of course, Dialga. I can't wait to see what this does when we pull it. I cannot wait. And our 2 crowns. Palkia EX. and Dialga EX. These obviously Palkia can be found in the Dialga pack because crowns can be found in anything. Now we're gonna click on Palkia. We're gonna pretend like I knew that was happening the whole time. Let's see what we missed. We of course missed Turtwig into Grotle. 3 cost for 60. And then Torterra. Frenzy Plant, 160 HP. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Frenzy Plant, but it does 150 damage. Wow. And imagine you just have Superior set up. That's only 2 grass energy. We have Kricketot, 20 damage from Bug Bite into Cricketune, 90 HP. Entrancing Melody, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Pretty cool for 50 damage too. We have Wormadam here, Leaf Cutter once again. We have Carnivine. All right. Flog, 40 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, the attack does 50 more damage. Kind of high risk, high reward, but it is a basic. We have Magmar, a new Magmar. Stoke, take a fire energy from your zone and attach it to this Pokemon, as well as Magmortar. Bursting Inferno, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned with 100 damage, but it costs 4 fire energy, which is a ton. Slugma, Magcargo. We have Chimchar into Infernape. So interestingly enough, if you're looking for the starters, they're all in Palkia, huh? We have Monferno, 1 energy for Fiery Punch, and then 2, obviously, as we saw earlier, for Infernape EX. We have Reg Ice, which is only in Palkia. Crystal Body prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. And then Frost Smash. So no attack effects can affect Reg Ice. Piplup with Nap, Prinplup with Surf for 2 energy, doing 30 damage. And Empoleon, Aqua Jet doing 80, and it does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's pretty cool. I think it's interesting. We only have Infernape EX. None of the others got an EX. I'm guessing they're coming in the next set, right? We do have Shellos, Mud Slap, 30 damage for 2 energy. We have Gastrodon, Muddy Water. This attack also does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Okay. We have Finian, Luminion, which we saw, Abomasnow. We have Glaceon, Ice Beam, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, so similar to Articuno, right? We have Wash Rotom, Frost Rotom, Palkia EX, Manaphy. We saw this card leak earlier. It's so good. Choose 2 of your benched Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your zone and attach it to this Pokemon. So good. Magnemite. We have Rotom with Assault Laser, only available in Palkia, by the way. The Lightning Rotom. We have Togepi. Oh, we have the Mischievous, and the Mismagius line is only available here in Palkia. So this is 70 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. It's Mismagius EX. Dang, I can't wait to see the art. I'm going to scroll down here in a second. We have the Pokemon I can't pronounce, and we do have Giratina. Oh, wow. Levitate. If this Pokemon has any energy attached, it has no retreat cost. Dang, that's sick. I mean, it's a good wall, right? You just put 1 energy on it and it retreats for nothing. You keep the energy on Giratina. That's pretty sick. We have Cresselia, Moonlight Gain, which we saw before. Rhyhorn, a new Rhyhorn, 40 damage for Horn Attack. Rhydon, we have 3 energy for 70 damage, and we do have Rhyperior in this set. Palkia exclusive. It's a Palkia exclusive, guys. Mountain Swing. Discard the top 3 cards in your deck. I mean, if you're near the end of the game, it means nothing, right? Wow. Nose Patch. I promise I'm not this dumb. Regirock, Boulder Crush. We saw this in the other set. We have Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. Didn't I promise I was not dumb? 3 energy for Roll and Tackle. Hippowdon. 4 energy required to do 120 at 140 HP. A lot of good fighting cards. We have Sneasel, Double Scratch. Flip 2 coins. It does 20 damage for each heads. And then we have Weevil EX, the Scratching Nails. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, it does 40 more. Obviously, if you just put Sneasel in, it could have some damage on it. We have the Puccina Midina line. Ooh, Spiritomb. Swirling Disaster. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's really cool. We have Skorupi and Drapion, Skarmory. Ooh, Shieldon. Headbutt for 50 damage. One steel or one metal, one colorless, and then Bastiodon. Guarded Grill. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, it takes minus 100 damage. Dude. Are you for real? Come on now. You're nuts. All right. I can't wait. We have Wormadam, the steel version, Iron Head, flip a coin until you get tails. It does 30 more damage for each heads. That's going to be disgusting in some matches. This is a steel or metal Probopass, triple nose, flip 3 coins. Interesting. We have the Garchomp line in Palkia, not in Dialga. Lickitung. It's a new Lickitung for Palkia. Tongue Slap for 50. All right. We have, oh my gosh, Licky EX. Let's go. Licking Fury. 100 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. Does 40 more damage for each heads. Ah! This is going to be so gross when this hits. Dude, when someone's like, dude, he just lickied my Charizard EX. I'm done. That's nuts. We've got the Porygon line in here that we looked at earlier. Ambipom, which we looked at earlier. We have Starly. Pluck does 20 damage, and before doing damage, it discards all Pokemon tools. Wow. What a counter to certain decks, right? Staravia, we've got 40 damage for Wing Attack, and then Staraptor, we had the move we looked at earlier, Clutch, 80 damage, and they can't retreat. Glameow, 40 damage. Flip a coin. If it's tails, it does nothing, okay? And then Purugly, Interrupt. Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose a card you find there. You monster. And shuffle it into your opponent's deck. Get out, dude. New Chatot. Flip 3 coins. It does 20 damage for each heads. Okay. Fanrotom, Regigigas that we saw earlier. There's the Armor Fossil for Bastiodon. Rocky Helmet is only in Palkia. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged, it takes 20 damage. So it's just like having a Drud there. Lumberry will cure status conditions, removing all of them between turns. Excuse me, at the end of your turn, right? Cyrus, this card just feels nuts. Switch in one of your opponent's Pokemon that has damage on it to the active spot. Unbelievably powerful trainer card. Cynthia, which we've seen, and Mars. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draws a card for each of their remaining points needed to win. This could be so mean. This is like good red card. Sorry, red card fans out there, but this is like good red card. Holy. Okay, some of the art here. Carnivine, excuse me. Gastrodon. Gastrodon looks pretty cool. Manaphy, beautiful. I feel like this card is going to be so good. You could see it in so many decks. Rotom, we've seen that one before. We have Giratina. Holy! It's great. Cresselia. Oh, it's beautiful. I wish I was more excited about this particular card, but that's a beautiful piece of art. Rhyperior. That's an awesome piece of art. I love it. That's a very cool one. Hippopotas. Got it, Jake. It's cool art. It's very cool. Spiritomb. Dang, this one's a trip. This is cool. Garchomp. Aw, my sleepy boy. He's just resting. Good for him. He's had a long day. Staraptor, which you've seen. Glameow. That's a cool one. Infernape EX. Dang, I love the 2-star EXs, don't you? They just look so cool. Palkia EX. Yeah, awesome. Mismagius EX. Very cool. Weavile. Awesome. Licky. Look at my boy. Oh my gosh, he's so proud of what he's done. Cyrus. Cool dude. Cynthia. This is going to be a chase card for so many people. I know there are huge Cynthia fans out there. Mars. Looks pretty cool. Ooh. Dude, this Infernape is sick. Wow. Awesome. Miss Magius with the full art. Weavile with the full art. Dang, this one looks really cool. Man, they're going to hurt my little boy. I'm going to feel bad every time I play that one. Licky Licky EX. Oh, you do you, buddy. Oh, dude. This Palkia? Oh, man, I can't wait to see this. This looks awesome. The immersive Palkia. And then we have the Palkia EX and Dialga Crown Rares. So there you go. That is the full set of Space Time Smackdown. This is interesting. Wow. This is so cool. Really great information here, by the way, on Pokemon Zone. And no information yet about the new rarity that we saw, which is pretty interesting. From looking at this, I got to wonder, what pack are you trying to pull first, right? And I thought I was going to be pulling Dialga, and they're great Dialga cards that I absolutely want. Like, I really love this line right here. It has Darkrai, but at the same time, like, Palkia has all the starters. It's got Infernape EX. It's got Manaphy. It's got Giratina. There's some really good ones. It's got Garchomp as well. It's got Cynthia and Cyrus. What is that? What does Dialga have? Dialga's got Pachirisu, really cool. It's got, it's got Darkrai, which I think a lot of people are going to be pulling for. That's an awesome one. It obviously has Dialga, which I think is probably a better, like, Chase EX card, right? Dawn seems great. Volkner is very specific, right? Item-wise, like, this, like, Pokemon communication feels very good. It's a very good tool. The art looks really cool. I don't know, guys. I kind of think I might be pulling Palkia first. I think I might. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, I'm just going through every card and kind of geeking out here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you for always correcting me on how I pronounce things. And thank you for not getting too upset with me when I accidentally clicked the Dialga list earlier and was confused why I didn't see any Palkia-specific cards in it. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. We'll be live with the new set. All right, bye. We did it.